Hey traders, it's Mark here from Trade and Train. Just going to run through the markets with you ahead of the major announcements today. We've got the ECB just going through their monetary policy statement in about 30 seconds time with the refinancing rate. So I expect some huge swings there on euro, but you know they may be delayed slightly until the press conference and all the details, the finer details are released. And then at 3:50 we've got an FOMC member speaking, but the big one is 6 p.m. tonight, the FOMC meeting minutes. This is going to affect all major markets: euro, sterling, kiwi, Aussie, CAD, Swiss, yen, you name it, all of the markets. It's also going to affect your metals, whether we're going to make a move into risk on or risk off. So will the indexes continue to push up, or will they have a sell-off, and will we see that money flow into the safe havens? You know, we're going to see huge moves, so get ready and be prepared. So let's take a look. As you noticed, if you've been following our channel, you'll have been looking for shorts on the dollar index from 97.50, so you should have profited quite nicely from the euro. We had initial entries in at 112. And then we also traded the right shoulder, so we'll just have a look at that now. What I would be suggesting ahead of the ECB is, if you haven't taken any money off the table, I'd be taking some off now. You can see where our second entry was, which is the right shoulder. It came in actually on this point here. It was just drawn to the right, so we did trade from this point here, which was effectively trading this right shoulder with stops underneath the head. The aggressive traders, we did have buy limits in at 1.12 as a first entry. Now what I'd be looking at here is a potential retest of 112.48. I wouldn't jump the gun and have a buy limit here. I'd let the market just take care of its natural ebb and flow, which is probably going to see a push down as a sell-off ahead of the press conference, or in fact the refinancing monetary policy. We might see that, and then just look for some sort of rejection here of 112.50, big even handle. You can see the number through here, so looking for opportunities here. Sterling, well, you know, yesterday we got a big kicker on the back of Merkel's comment and a 5-year potential extension to the Irish backstop. That was quickly reversed and came back down to 130.40, which has been a nice little picking number for a bit of scalping trades. Right now we're sat in a bit of a tight range, so I wouldn't be looking for any trades in here right now, especially if you're a swing trader looking for a market to break through 131 or break through 1.3. It'll be the sort of next easy place to be looking for those trade and retests. Otherwise, you want to trade the ranges, looking for 131 back down towards 130.40 and so forth. So that's your cable trades. Well, Aussie, we've already taken profit. We've had a nice trade, taken profit into here. We've broken this little range, but if we come up to the daily time frame, what you'll see is this market has been putting in lower highs, but it's been sat around that 70.50 zone. So if we get a break of this trend line here, we can look for a retest of around 71.35. The FOMC today will hopefully be the catalyst to break this one out of this lower high mechanism. I mean, the downtrend's not exactly what called being very strong when you look at these lows being sat on this flat level. So we're looking for the catalyst to break this out, and then we should see some nice movement up towards 72.50, and then next up 73.80 and so forth. If you want to know exactly how we're trading this, you can do that by joining our live traders club. I'll put a link below. We are also hosting a free event this the 23rd of April here in London in Heathrow. If you'd like more information about the event or register, click on the link below or email myself, mark@tradeandtrain.com. Okay, we're gonna continue through the major markets because this is our point of interest. Kiwi is definitely the one of interest outside of the euro. We did have buy orders in on the level. That's done really nice. End of day traders should be long this market now and looking to trade this up in towards the 6900 level, so a nice return here. So if you're not in this market, you could look at pretty much going in live now if you wanted to, or you want to wait until after FOMC, please do that. you know, you may get a better opportunity during the FOMC to get back in as the market swings around. You could get an opportunity to get in around 67.30 with a really nice tight aggressive stop. You can either use this week's low or a little bit more conservative, the lows underneath January. And you know, first take profits, use this structure point here if you're going to do the aggressive one, and then, you know, trade towards the top of the range. So Canadian dollar, we've seen some nice strength from Canadian dollar, but it respected 133 as we kind of predicted. More on the reason I would say it's respected this rather than not just the technicals, but we've got OPEC tomorrow. So we've seen some nice strength in not just Canadian dollar, but in oil as well. So I would expect maybe a little bit of a sell-off in oil ahead of OPEC. Just because people probably want to reduce exposure before the announcements are made in terms of what's happening with the inventories of the inventory, because the major problem that oil has is the size of the inventories, and they're looking at reducing the inventories. Therefore, if you reduce the supply, creates demand, price goes up. Simple economics. So watching 133 as a key barrier here on dollar CAD for some potential further downside. Looking to short, I wouldn't short until we get below this level now. Long opportunities, you could trade the range, but you know, we have a bias here that we're short dollar right now, so I'm not really interested in trading the range long. Even though it is a possibility, technically speaking, I'm just going to stay out of that one for now. Dollar Swiss, probably the most boring chart of all, so I'm going to skip past that one as we speak. Gold broke out of the box range, really nice. If we are going to see a weaker dollar, expect to see gold push up higher, maybe up to 13.22. However, through FOMC, I expect to see some swings. So, you know, we may get a chance to buy into this market around 12.92. And if we do, then that's a buying opportunity. I'm going to move down to silver as well. So you can see silver, we shorted from the neckline. That's basically done our profits. We have a rule here that exits trades at a certain point. If you'd like to know about that, then the best way to find out is effectively join our club. Right now, silver, if you're going to short one of the metals, if you believe that we're going to see dollar strength in the future, or if you think that the precious metals are worth selling, then the better metal to sell would be silver. It's weaker than gold. So look to sell silver if the setup's there, and if the setup's for longs, look to buy gold. So right now, that would be the best bit of advice I can give you in terms of trading the precious metals. We'll just take a quick look over at WTI or crude. So we can see we've got a nice daily doji in a resistance back here, which was neckline going back to August 18. So it's a long time since the market has been at this kind of levels. My video on Sunday, or Monday I should say, we were looking at potential shorts, taking it back down in towards this area here, maybe even all the way down to 58 for our continued seasonal bias, which is long for oil, but we want to see a pullback before we take that market long. Okay, that's it from my update here from Trade and Train. If you do want any more information about our events at Heathrow on the 23rd of April, this coming month here in London, all you need to do is drop me an email to mark@tradeandtrain, and we look forward to seeing you there. If you've enjoyed the information and the analysis, please hit like, share and subscribe. If you subscribe, all the videos will come direct to your inbox as and when they are published. Okay traders, have a great day, stay disciplined and keep your risk in check.